Hi there and welcome to another video. I am so excited about this one because it's the first summer makeup that I'm filming this year, and I have this idea of doing a summer bronzy, like glowy bronzy look. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start with the face makeup, and I think the most important step and one that you should absolutely not skip, especially in summer, is sun protection. I do already have SPF 50 on my face. I currently use the Synergy Therm SPF. It's whatever, it's a Romanian brand. But there are a lot of great affordable SPF products out there. Before this one I used to use the Altruist one, which I believe it's only available in Europe, but I'm not sure. That one is also a very good SPF brand. So yeah, don't skip that step. And so my skin is already prepped and moisturized and protected against the sun, so I'm going to move straight into foundation, which actually today I'm going to use a skin tint, the Kind and Free by Rimmel, and I have here the shade 160 Vanilla. This one is such a great product, especially if you have dry skin, and especially in summer it looks so beautiful because it has this hydrating texture and a glowy finish. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna do half of my face because I'm filming for Instagram as well. Half for YouTube, half for Instagram. Me, I think I could have used a slightly lighter shade in this product. The formula is actually amazing and I recommend it, especially for people with dry skin. Whenever a person with dry skin asks me for a foundation recommendation, I always suggest this one. I'm gonna use a sponge and blend it in. Although you can totally use your fingers, I just do some initial spreading with my fingers and then I like to follow up with the sponge. And since I could have used a slightly lighter shade, I'm gonna drag it down my neck as well to fade it into my skin color. From the same Rimmel Kind and Free range, I'm gonna use their concealer as well. I'm gonna mix the shade Fair with the shade Light. I'm gonna do a little bit of Fair here in the inner corner, and I'm also going to highlight a bit with it just to lighten the foundation, and a little bit of light here. And I'm gonna take the same sponge that I used to apply my foundation with. This concealer has a pretty light coverage, so it doesn't necessarily cancel out everything, but it's very hydrating and illuminating. And I'm gonna use a bit of my RCMA No Color powder and set my under eye area. I'm using a fluffy eyeshadow blending brush, taking a little bit of powder on my brush, dusting off the excess. I'm gonna make sure there are no creases, and then I'm gonna stamp the powder on my under eyes. So I want a pretty dewy look. I won't set the rest of my face on my under eyes only, and just gently drag the leftover powder from my brush towards my pores area to set this particular area around my nose, just to smooth it out a little bit. And the rest of my skin is going to stay powder free. I'm gonna do a little bit of a jump now and gonna prime my lids, because the next step is gonna be bronzer, and I want to apply the bronzer on my lids as well. I'm gonna use the Shadow Insurance eyeshadow primer from Too Faced. I'm just gonna apply a tiny amount of that and spread it evenly on my lid with my finger. And now time for my special summer bronzer, one that I've been talking about a lot. It's the Catrice Sun Lover Bronzer. Mine is in the shade 10, and it's a glowy, shimmery bronzer. I like it especially in summer. It has some fine gold shimmers in it, and it's lovely. I like it. If you're not into shimmery bronzers, of course you might not like this one, but I've been looking especially, like particularly, for a bronzer that has shimmers in it. So I was really glad once I found this one. It's pretty pigmented, so I try to dust off the excess from my brush to not apply too much at once. I'm doing tiny kind of circular motions and bringing it towards the center, like kind of towards my blush area. I'm gonna apply a little bit here on my chin and on the top of my nose as well. I think for a bronzy look, the bronzer is the most important part, so take your time. And I'm gonna take a little bit more product And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pinch my brush a little bit, and I'm gonna start from the outer corner of my eye and drag the product towards my temples. So that way I will connect the face makeup with the eye makeup. Although I'm going to take a smaller brush as well for my lower lash line particularly, but not only. So I'm using the bronzer all across my lower lash line and connecting it to the extension that I've just did. Gonna take a little bit more and focus it on the outer corner of the eye as well. Then I'm gonna take whatever is left on my brush into my crease. And again focus on that extension and connection to the temples. As blush today, I'm going to go for a peachy tone blush. And I don't necessarily have a blush like that, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick an eyeshadow from the NikkieTutorials collaboration with BeautyBay palette. I'm gonna pick the shade Zomer. This works beautifully as a blush. I know Nikki mentioned that she uses this shade as blush. Once in a while I use it as well. I'm using a Real Techniques blush brush, by the way. I am stamping the blush a little bit above the bronzer. And for highlighter, because it has again a peachy tone, I'm going to go for the Maybelline Face Studio Chrome highlighter. It's the masterchrome actually, highlighter in the shade Molten Rose Gold. And I'm gonna pick my Sigma High Cheekbone highlighter brush and I'm gonna dust it on top of my cheekbone. I used to love this one a lot. I'm gonna use the leftover product on the high points of my face, like the tip of my nose. I like highlighting here in between my brows and a tiny bit on my chin. Can you see that on camera? That is so pretty. I have to start using this highlighter again. So lovely. I have a gold shade in my collection that I absolutely love for my skin. What I found for my really light skin is that most gold shades look kind of dark and coppery almost on my lids, but this one fits my skin tone perfectly. It's from the Nude Beige palette from the Balm, and it has this build shade which is a light gold. So lovely. I'm gonna use a flat brush from, I think, this one is from Makeup Addiction. It's the Precision Shader brush, and I'm gonna pick up this gold. I'm gonna start applying it from the inner portion of my lid and see how lovely that is. I find this to be so flattering on my skin tone. And now that I look at it, I realize that I haven't used golds in such a long time. I'm also gonna take the shade Babe here in the palette and pop it into my inner corner. And I'll be fading it into the upper and lower lid. And for a little bit of definition on my lash line, I'm gonna take a brown eye pencil. I have one from Sephora Collection, which I still have it, but not for long. And I'm gonna apply it right here on the outer third of my lash line. I didn't necessarily do a wing liner, but I'm using an angled brush. While the pencil is not set yet, so I can still blend it, I'm gonna extend it towards my temples to get a faded wing. I think I'm gonna top it with a little bit of eyeshadow as well. Maybe this one from the palette, which is a dark brown. Depends on the pencil that you use, of course, but setting with an eyeshadow can increase the wear time. And I'm actually gonna bring the leftover product from my brush on my entire lash line to have a little bit of definition. Before applying mascara, I'm going to curl my lashes. So I'm going to use my lash curler, pinch my lashes from the base, and I like tilting it towards my lid so I get a maximum curl. And I'm going to use a brown mascara today. It doesn't necessarily look brown. It's the Thrill Seeker from Rimmel. The shade is called Brown Black or something like that. Or Black Brown. I'm going to start at the base of my lashes. I'm wiggling my brush left and right to coat every lash. And I'm also going to use it on the lower lashes. Just whatever product is left on my mascara wand. Okay, let's finish off this look with lips. I'm first going to line them. I'm using the NYX lip pencil lip liner in the shade Nude Beige. I have Vaseline on my lips right now, so I'm gonna gently wipe that off. And I'm gonna slightly overline the center of my lip. And on the bottom lip, I'm kind of following my lip line. I'm also gonna fill in the outer corners. And I have a sample of a gloss that I feel like it would fit this look perfectly, and it's the Glossed by Sephora Collection. It's in the shade 120 and it is gold. I'm gonna concentrate it in the center of my lip. I actually vibe with this look so much. I think I'm gonna call this the hot girl summer makeup look. It's actually so hot in here that it makes me excited about summer and seaside, and I like water in the summer, oceans, and I actually never seen the ocean, but I've seen seas. I guess that counts. I want to have a picnic at the beach now. Maybe some other time. That is all for me today. I hope you like the look that I came up with. I'm obsessed, and I think I'm gonna repeat it a lot during this summer. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video. Let me know in the comments below if you have any exciting summer plans, because I wanna get inspired by you. I wish you an amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!